Hola, how's it going? I wanted to share my experience with my league start as Bane Occultist, combining with Essence Strain ED. This is like, for me it's day 1 basically, day 2, but in the league it's like day 3 or 4, but I haven't played that much. So I want to explain, going into the league, my thoughts about the build. I felt like this was a very strong league starter, because of the rework where you can get the ghost dance as Occultist. And yeah, I played a Bane Trickster before, twice, as league starter. It was so strong. And now I can even get a stronger Ascendancy, Trickster, with the Ghost Dance. And yeah, so my plan for defenses was like Ghost Dance with Evasion, and with almost only very very bad pieces of gear. This is just Evasion Helm, Evasion Chest, no craft, and Assyri Boots. And those from the tree, we get almost tier 16 evasion capped. This is not with Jade Flask, so it's very easy to get capped, like for both evasion and for effectiveness of Ghost Dance, and you can even scale it more. Combining that defense, we're also having a Blasphemy Aura and scaling auras. So right now I'm using Vitality with the 100% reduced from Mastery, and Temple Chains is defensive with Grace. So Temple Chains is pretty free because we get it from the one here and one here extra. You actually don't need to take this. If you take this one, I'm actually just lazy and haven't figured out how to get Enfeeble in my build. I should get a 6 link and have Enfeeble in my Bane. For the other defense, I'm using Spell Suppression combined with the 15 initial when you suppress spell damage, and just like, I feel like Spell Suppression is a strong defensive and I want to test it out. And I feel like this part of the tree has very easy access to it. Other in-game plans, like I didn't plan that much, I didn't have much time, but I wanted to fit in Transcendent Mind, it was pretty close, and Area for Clear. I wanted to try fit in Green Nightmare. I haven't got it yet. It's pretty expensive. Right now, day 3 or 4, it's 2x. It gains, this is not the correct version, it gains spell suppression equal to 50%. So you should get 18% from Science Start, placing it here. I also removed Mage Bane because I feel like I can get the 10% it basically provides from decks on this tree. I can get that 10% spell suppression from the Flask. Phasing Flask. One thing I forgot to mention is that this skill tree is based around me getting 100%, so like the 10% to or from with the Mage Bane and Quartz Flask is like aiming for 100% through no gear, rare gear, but getting Green Nightmare and Assyri Steps because it's determination, you get good items and it's pretty easy to fit in. I also get like 10% spell suppression from full life, and from the whole Costa Wheel and the pathing through to Nightmare and Mage Bane. And maybe I don't even have to path through this if Nightmare and Mage Bane is not even worth it, because with Mage Bane I lose a lot of evasion. I mean, I can still be capped with better gear. And yeah, I've gone pretty heavily into the auras. I feel like this is such a strong rework for solo players where you can fit in so many auras and they just scale on top of each other's with effectiveness from the wheels and Blasphemy. You can maybe even fit one more thing with the Helm Enchant because they're getting pretty buffed as well. They're also clusters. They're like having 50% reduced, so I can maybe fit in another Blasphemy with Enfeeble and be very defensive that way. Also, all my evasion is basically just from the chest and with the Betrayal Crafted Mud and this node, and we get like 5.5 effective life pool with like very very trash gear. This is like, is very easy to get. So this was my plan, and so far it's pretty good. I feel like Profane Bloom is carrying a lot with the new mechanic. I'm very happy I went this way. My plan moving forward is becoming chaos capped to benefit from the very strong mastery the 1% increased cast damage over time multiplier. I don't know how I feel about the other ones. I think we have access to one more cast, maybe the resist or the effect of withered. I'm planning to anoint this one when I get a decent amulet, or just buy one. We want spell totem, multiple totems, withered, and faster casting, and that's 2 red. And I haven't unlocked the double red from Delve yet, so that's something I want to upgrade as well. Right now, I'm only at tier 1 to 5 Atlas maps, so bosses are dying like in 3 seconds, so the damage is not an issue right now. I don't die that often. I actually almost don't die. I feel like it's only for Scourge mechanic when I'm not aware, entering a Scourge. I get in when it's like 100 stacks and I'm not careful, I'll dive to that. Else the build feels so tanky. This is one of the tankiest leagues that I've had in a long time. And a trick, if you haven't heard it, when you enter a Scourge in high stacks, you can pop your Wall Blight to slow everything around you, and you have time to kill it. Next upgrades as well for my character will be a 6 link and a lab enchant. Probably one of the efficient ways I can upgrade. Right now I'm rocking 2 chaos wands. Got these for 3 chaos, and they've been carrying me all the way to maps, and not having a 6 link and being lazy with multiple gems. I feel like the masteries are very happy about the choice. I feel like they're giving so much quality of life and scaling so much for little investment compared to how they was in last leagues. A thing I messed up with was picking Wild Bastion with Ascendancy, and it was because I got stunned a lot from Scourge while leveling, but that was a bad idea with doing too much Scourge while leveling, and should just have gotten the Pantheon where you cannot be stunned and taking more damage and getting this one. And I could have skipped this one as well. What else? Another tip I fell over while league starting this time around is doing chaos recipes. I've just getting used to it. It's free investment in character power, and a tip I normally just put every pieces in one tab. So now instead I put weapons and jewelry belts in one tab, and helms, gloves, chests in the other one, and it's very easy to get an overview what you have and what you are missing. End off by showing a map. Let's do call map. I haven't done that. Chaos resistant even, nice. The damage is a bad showcase because it's a tier 3 map, but it's a good showcase on how defensive the character is. So another thing I did, I found an Exalted pretty early, Act 7 or 9, something around there. I bought Empower while it was 55 chaos on Sunday, and yeah, I felt like the rarity was going up so much. Oh, this what with the quality. Hold on, maybe not much. Yeah. So if you are not if you're having some Exalted and or chaos laying around, I feel like investing in Enlighten and in Empower are very good choices because they're so rare. I think last league Enlighten went up to 200 chaos. Yeah, this has raised to double the price I paid. I paid 38, and yeah, I almost doubled my investment in Exalted because I didn't have time to play, so I couldn't. Hold on, weapon swap. I couldn't play, so it was passive income for me, while not instantly investment in the I'm stupid. Investing in the character. So a thing you saw there was I feel like cast speed is a huge issue for the build right now. He gets tired from work. You can see, even if you're Pega retarded with how you play, you can play this and you're not dying to Scourge. You can just fool around with day 1 gear. So this is the basic, like, going around with the build. And for bosses I will normally go Bane, ED. Okay, this was a tier 3 map. This is not even a boss. Normally I will go like Bane, ED, and pop Wall Blight, and go Blighted Continuous. I think I have the Wall Blight, the Blight Jewel thing applying Wither, or I think it should be there. I can show it on the screen. If you're not using the oven thing, you can place identified items in here, and you can carry like twice extra sockets. So what's this, 18 slots instead of using a portal for extra space. And yeah, if you're having the space. Another thing, if you're just like playing casual as me, I am baking one of each item. I think it's called transform items, so I will complete that so I don't have to think about it later. I feel people are overreacting to like the power, like if it's underwhelming and rewarding. But yeah, I feel like the rewarding stuff is like you get so many maps, you get like a half or a total map more, and in tier 16 it's even better. Haven't tested it, but already from now how much extra XP I get, like it feels like it's puts double beyond or triple beyond on every map. So Bane, ED, while he's not immune, and I'll just Blight, but this is a tier 3 map, so it's, I mean, I should show it some. It's a tier 3 map, so who cares, but the damage is good and it's hard to get killed. I can try taking damage instead, that's maybe a better preview. I don't know how much of this stuff is doing damage actually, I can't remember. Boom. Oh, was that a touch? So I'm, by the way, rocking spell suppression 50%, so it gives probably a stupid showcase of how defensive the character can be or is, because you don't know when you're taking like full damage and when you're semi-blocking it. Oh, the baking is done.
I need more mana.
So for how I build the character onwards, I feel like this is a league where I will look very much into clearing maps with how Scourge works, and like just focusing on killing monsters. That's also why I focus on the increased area to just like zoom through maps. I don't know if that's gonna be good, but I feel like that builds can always cheese Sirius in the Guardians. Closing thoughts. I hope my defenses holds up for tier 16 bosses, if I don't pay attention as I didn't in that core map, but hey, let's see. And yeah, I think this character has a lot of potential. I mean, it's a spellcaster, so there's a lot of ways to scale it. +1 gems overall, and like every character in PoE can become good, and yeah. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will post like my current gear with this in the paste bin, and the endgame paste bin as well. My plans, this is not like filled up or anything, don't go this route, it's like just my workspace for adding points around. But you can use the spell suppression like guidance for min-maxing that if you need the numbers like compile one place.